Hello, Falcon fans. I'm Melanie Fuller alongside my broadcast partner, McKenna Guerrero, and this is the Solano College Sports Update. Studio C for a recap of the 2015 women's soccer.
Hey guys, today we're going to be covering women's basketball, baseball, softball, and tennis. But first, here's an update on men's basketball.
Coach Nagel and the Falcons came off of a rough start at the beginning of the season, but lately the Falcons have progressed rapidly and the season is not over yet. Right now, the Falcons are 3-3 in conference. Sophomore guard Hosea Barfield leads the Falcons with 294 points scored so far this season. Players that have continued to shine through this season as well are sophomore guards Brandon Davis, Javon Adams, and Tim Moore, and freshman guards R.J. Lewis, Arash Alier, and Patrick Ganaway. Freshman Stephen Jefferson is out for the rest of the season due to an injury.
Come support the Falcons February 5th in the Solano Gymnasium at 5:30, where the men's basketball team will take on Napa Valley College. Now let's turn to our very first exclusive interview called Mick and Mel Exclusive with Brandon Davis. Brandon, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So, you've been playing basketball all your life. What brought you to play here at Solano?
I actually wanted to play Solano because Coach Nagel, I've been knowing him for about 10 years now, and I've been knowing him since I was little, and we've always had a strong relationship together, and it just felt like the right place for me, truthfully. Like, he just made me feel at home all the time, and he cares about you as a person and not as a player.
What can you say about your team season so far?
This year is different for me because I kind of like had to take on like a leadership role, and it's different for me from when I was a freshman because I was playing with guys that were already leaders. So this year, this team is kind of like we battle back. Like, we never give up. We've never given up. We never get down on each other. And we know we keep fighting day in and day out. We're so close to being good, and I have faith in us these last couple games.
And you actually played for Nagel's team in 2013. What makes that team different from this current team now?
That team was different in the aspect that we had more talent than this team. But this team is different from that team because we actually work harder and we actually build a chemistry like off the court. You know, on the court we have a good chemistry, but off the court, you know, we're always playing with each other. We're always joking. We're in the group texts together and stuff like that. So it's like we just have a stronger connection, I think, and that's what makes us, you know, sit together on the floor as well.
And was it hard taking a year off?
It was, but I wanted to take a year off because, you know, I just had my son when I was a freshman. I had just had my son, and I wanted to be there for the first year of his life. So I felt like, you know, that year was needed for me to take off.
Did you continue training? Or?
Actually, no, I didn't. I was so out of shape when I first got back. I was so out of shape. Like, they used to call me fat and everything. People always call me fat. Like, I was a fat guard.
Aww.
But now that, you know, we're in season now, you know, I'm getting back into it. I'm starting to get my breath back, and, you know, my stamina's up.
And you do have a son. What's his name?
Caden.
And do you want him to play basketball? He always seems so interested in ball when...
If anybody's ever came to a game and, you know, you see him, he's always a little kid running on the court. So I don't... If that's what he wants to do, I don't force him to do anything. I just show him the game. And, you know, it's funny because I'll come up here for a workout or something before the game, and he'll just sit in the corner and he'll just watch, and he'll play with his ball, and he has his hoop at home. So that's what he wants to do. That's what he's going to do.
And you guys have come off a couple losses. How do you guys overcome that?
You know, we just stick together. You know, like you can't let those 2 losses or 3 losses, whatever it is, define who you are as a team. You know, we come in and day out, and we watch film and we work on what we need to work on. And you know, we play today against Miranda. You know, we have faith that we're going to come back with a W.
And before your season ends, what do you want to set? Like, what goals do you want to set? What do you want out of this season?
You know what? I just want all the freshmen that we have. I want them to see that, you know, you have to start working hard from August to wherever you're at now. Like, you can't just start, you know, once the season starts, you can't just start working hard. Like, you need to set roles in the beginning of the year. You need to realize that you guys have to set a goal and you guys have to go after it. And, you know, I think this year we kind of waited too late to realize how good we were. And once we realized, though, we started, like, working harder and harder. But, you know, it's kind of too late now. But, we have the conference tournament coming up, so anything can happen. We can still make it to playoffs because, we already beat a tough Yuba team. We've beaten a lot of good teams, so anything is possible.
And what plans do you have after Solano?
I'm just trying to go to a 4-year and play some more. I really want to go to Eastern Nazarene in Boston, where Laquan Gomes went a couple years ago, and I want to go out there and travel the East Coast. But I don't know. I don't want to leave my son behind, so it's hard. I don't get to see my son a lot as is already because I have school and basketball, and it takes up a lot of my time. So I don't really want to. I don't know if basketball is like an option for me out after this. Because, I love my son so much that I don't really want to leave him.
And there's a lot of people that don't know how to do time management and set their priorities. What advice would you give to someone that's graduating and wanting to come play at Solano?
I would just say, if you're going to go all in with something, you just go all in with it. Like, if you want to play, if this is something you want to do with basketball, something you want to do, you have to give it your all. And don't let anybody just distract you from it, because there's a lot of distractions out there. Like, that's one thing I never regret anything. I don't regret my son at all. But I do think that a lot of the things I was doing, I was distracted by. I never gave basketball fully my all. Now that I'm more mature and I realize what I should have did, I just look back and it's like I tell people all the time, don't get distracted because everything's gonna be around forever, but basketball won't be around forever.
So what has basketball taught you about life then?
That's a tough question. That really is a tough question. Basketball taught me that life's not always gonna go your way, and it taught me how to communicate better because I'm kind of a hothead, so I don't know how to communicate with people when I get mad. I just get mad and I do it, but you can't always do that because it doesn't work that way, And one of my friends on the team actually, he taught me that a lot. I just interviewed him, Chance Pippen. He really has, he's helped me out a lot, and also like you were saying, my girlfriend, she helped me out a lot too. She teaches me how to communicate better with people because I'm terrible at communication. Terrible.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Brandon. We loved watching you play this season and can't wait to watch the rest of your games.
Thank you.
And to see more of Brandon and the Falcons, come out February 5th to see them play Napa Valley College.
And be sure to stay tuned to our Day in the Life of Brandon Davis, which will be coming shortly.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ana Patero, Director of Forensics at Solano Community College, and I'm here to invite you to our Spring Spectacular Speech Night, right here on the main campus behind me in Studio G on March 22nd, 2016, at 6 and 8 p.m., where we'll be featuring students on our speech and debate team, and you'll be introduced to informative speaking, persuasive speaking, interpretation of literature, and debate. Come join us on March 22nd at 6 and 8 p.m., where we'll be singing for our supper, as tickets are going to be $10 at the door, unless you're in a Communication Studies 1 class, where you'll have a coupon that's attached to your textbook. Come join us on March 22nd, and thank you for continuing to support our speech and debate team. And thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
We'd like to thank Brandon again for coming into the studio for an interview. And now for an update on women's basketball.
The Lady Falcons basketball team has fought hard this season and is currently 3-2 in conference. Freshmen Mary Elding Lawson, Linnea Adams, Cassandra Jones, Ayana Gilliard, and sophomores Miranda Holman, Kristen Voiles, and Alex Bader have come together to show what true leadership looks like at Solano Community College. Cassandra Jones has had a phenomenal season. Jones recently broke the school record for the most three-pointers scored in a game, which was 11. Come support the Lady Falcons February 17th for their next home game.
Hi, my name is Tiana Wilson alongside my broadcast partner Christine Butler, and this is the Solano College Sports Network. If you've ever had an interest in a career in sports broadcasting, whether it be behind the scenes or on camera, this is the class for you.
Classes are held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in Building 121. For more information, contact Greg Poff at gpoff@solano.edu. Thank you, and remember, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
Thank you, Tiana and Christine.
Now let's send it over to Michaela Chapa to see what she has to tell us about our softball team.
Solano College softball is going into the 2016 season with the new head coach and the same high expectations. Coach Penelope Krause-Freehan was an assistant coach under Terry Pearson Bloom for 3 seasons. Terry Pearson-Bloom retired last fall, citing undisclosed medical issues. Coach P is aware of the enormous shoes she's set to fill and cites that she needs to find her own niche and put her own spin on things. And with 13 of the 18 players incoming freshmen, Coach P should have no problem making this team her own. Watch Solano's first softball broadcast of the year, February 4th against Consumnes at Solano College Sports Network. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Michaela.
Now let's send it over to Tristan Vector for an update on our baseball team.
Hi, I'm Tristan Vector here with an update on your Solano Falcons' upcoming baseball season. The spring season home opener is just days away with the Solano Falcons facing the College of San Mateo. They will play San Mateo on February 4th and San Mateo 1st, and then travel home to face them on Saturday, February 6th for the season home opener. This will be the only two meetings between the two teams this season. Solano is coming off an impressive 24-14 season in which they went 19-5 in conference and lost in the CCC AA Regionals to Ohlone College. Meanwhile, San Mateo was 30-13 and 17-5 in conference last season and made it all the way to the CCC AA sectionals where they lost 2 out of 3 to San Joaquin Delta. The two teams split their season series last year 1-1, with San Mateo taking the first game 7-4 and Solano winning the second 8-6. The Falcons will try to take both games against San Mateo this season to start the new season with a lot of confidence. The new team has a revamped pitching rotation, but no doubt will rely heavily on hitting from players like Jack Pridey, Tyler Stover, and Garland Webster. Check out Solano's home opener right here on the Solano College Sports Network. And now for an exclusive Mick and Mel interview with Tyler Stover.
We're here with Solano College baseball team's Tyler Stover.
Tyler, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Next Saturday is your team's home opener. How excited are you for the season to start?
Oh, I'm very excited. It's something that you definitely look forward to. Obviously, we open up tomorrow at Kenyatta, but there's nothing like the home opener. Usually it's breezy out at the field over there and the flags are flying. And to me, there's nothing like wet dirt. That's what we all get excited about. It's kind of a baseball thing. And being in the home uniforms, there's nothing like it. And so that's something that we're definitely looking forward to.
What can we expect from your team this season?
I think every team comes into the season with high expectations. I think we have a great group returning, led by Garland Webster and Joey Dotson. And then freshman Jack Pridey, he's been a stud this fall. And I think our sophomores did a great job leading the freshmen. I think the freshmen did a great job hopping on to that. And I think that everyone has the same mindset. We want to win conference championships, a regional, super regional, and then obviously the state championship is what we have our sights set on. But I think as a team, we're really focused. Most teams, they want to take the day off if it's raining. Instead, we go into the gym or we go into the weight room, cardio room, things like that. We even had a blacktop practice this year where it was like almost hailing outside. So we were just staying focused, and I think our expectations are really high, a lot higher than most teams would have. So I look forward to the season starting, definitely.
So you've been playing baseball all your life. When did you realize you wanted to make a career out of it?
I would say my junior year of high school, when I stopped playing basketball and focused on just baseball. That's when I started developing into my body a little more, and that's when I started realizing, hey, this is something that you could do, hopefully for a long time. Definitely, being at 6'4", 6'5", and then being able to run well and strong arm, things like that, and power. That's just things that I tried just molding together, and then coming back here definitely helped me a lot. Just trying to focus on the little things that maybe I lacked, whether it's footwork, whether it's focus, whether it's preparation, things like that. So I really think that my junior year of high school was when I started focusing on that, and my high school coaches did a good job helping me, and then now here. So I definitely made the right decision.
And you went to Kansas State and got injured and had to come home. What were you feeling at that stage in your life?
I was feeling pretty down. It was definitely a tough time for me. Anyone who goes through an injury like that, it's tough to bounce back from. It's months and months of rehab, going in there 5:30 in the morning, coming out. Sometimes you have a little break and then you're doing it 2 times a day, 3 times a day. But I owe a lot of credit to Allison Albert here, the athletic trainer. She's one of the best around. Without her, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would have gotten better, but I came back stronger. It ended up being a blessing for me. This is the best I've ever felt. This is the best shape I've ever been in. So, without her, my support from my teammates coming back, because I mean it's not easy for them to have someone who wasn't in the program last year come in and not only have their dad as a coach, but kind of step up as trying to be a leader. So I think my teammates, I think Allison, the whole training staff, my coaches, my family, everyone for the support.
Well, things happen for a reason, so.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, it was tough. And at that time, you contemplate, maybe not playing again. You contemplate maybe, just taking more time off. And you get scared out there. And, it's tough. You never know if it's going to fail you, especially with the injury I have. It just happened on one swing. You never know when it's going to happen again. And I think that's when having good support around you, telling you, it's going to be fine, Allison, pushing me in rehab, things like that, that definitely helped. And now, I have no fear. And whether something happens again or not, I'm going out there, I'm going to give it 100%. And, I have confidence in my body, I have confidence in myself that it'll be able to hold up. So it's like you said, everything happens for a reason. And I'm happy that happened. It definitely helped me out a lot, like I said, with school, and just like other things involved with baseball, and it definitely helped me with the little things.
And you actually did get drafted. What made you stay, or what made you go to college instead of pursuing an MLB career?
I'm very blessed to have gotten drafted. Some people, not everyone gets to say that happened to them, but watching it on TV, at the time when I signed to Kansas State, they were ranked 5th in the nation, one game away from going to the College World Series. That's something you grow up wanting to do if you're a baseball fan. 3,000 people there a night. It's games are on. I was lucky enough to play on ESPN twice, and start as a freshman. So it was just things like that. It was a good fit. And like I said, I mean, in the back of your mind, you might want to think, what would it be like if I was playing professional baseball, things like that. But I mean, I would never trade my experiences for anything. At Kansas State, I learned a lot. Like I said, not just as a baseball player, but as a person. Got to get out of my house, got to get out of California, got to meet new people, people that I'll be friends with for a long time. And I got the experience. Like I said, it's something that I can't trade, and it definitely, I have no regrets.
What was the culture shock like from being in California to over there?
There was a lot of differences, definitely. A lot of barbecue there, a lot of barbecue food. Hospitality, definitely. But not as crazy drivers as there is here. But, just the atmosphere. And that's what I wanted. Going out of high school, I wanted to be in an atmosphere that was going to accept me, that was going to buy into what I was going to do, whether it was baseball, school, good academic help. But, that it definitely helped me, like I said, going there. But I have no regrets coming back. This place, Solano College, will always be my home. My dad's coached here for years. But, I mean, there's something about this place for me that I had to ask my dad to come back. He wanted me to stay in rehab. I liked my time there, but it was time for me to go. I wanted to be a part of this. I wanted to be with my friends. I'm actually getting goosebumps thinking about it. I wanted to be with my friends. I wanted to go out there and play. I wanted to wear this jersey. I wanted to wear the classic SC blue hat. I wanted to be in here talking to you guys. It's just, there's nothing like it, and this is something that I'll never forget. This place will always be my home.
And you actually, your dad is your coach, so how does he help you with life, with baseball, with school?
He helps with a lot. School especially, he's really hands-on. He really cares about the academic side of it. He jokes about hand-walking guys up to the tutoring center, which he is actually like, he'll grab my hand out there and he'll be like, let's go, I'm going to hand-walk you out here. But, he's definitely been a big supporter for me. We clash at times. We both have upbeat personalities. We both want to win more than anything. So that definitely will clash. But I know at the end of the day, if I need help with a class, if I need help with just anything, he's there to help, and he'll help everyone else on the team like that too. It's not just me, because when I'm out there, I'm just like everyone else. I think a lot of people don't really see me as his son when we're out there, and that's kind of the culture we wanted to build. But we moved in a positive direction from it, because it could have gone in a bad way. But I definitely credit him to a lot of my success, a lot of how I progressed, not just as a baseball player, but as a man. And I definitely enjoyed my time with him, and I really look forward to this season.
And what advice would you give to someone that wants to play baseball in college?
Stay at it. This is not an easy game. There's like a famous line where it's Hall of Famer will get out 7 times out of 10. But I would say stay at it, stay focused, get in the weight room, stay on your academics because that's an important part because baseball could be taken away from you at any time. And just stay at it and surround yourself with good, positive people.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Tyler. We hope you do well this season, and we can't wait to cover your games.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you guys out there.
Come support the Falcons Saturday, February 6th, where they'll have their home opener.
We'd like to thank all the athletes who come out and support the Solano College Sports Network.
We also would like to thank our production crew, as well as Michaela Chapa and Tristan Vector.
I'm Melanie Fuller, alongside my broadcast partner, McKenna Guerrero, and this has been a Solano College Sports Update.